Hello, my name is Ana Margarida Ferrão and I'm Portuguese. I live in Jeddah and I'm a Pilates master trainer and educator, and I'm a fitness manager for a high-end fitness club. I was living in Singapore for 10 years, and one day doing my normal Sunday run outdoors, I got a call from a weird number. I couldn't recognize the country number, but funnily enough, I answered. It was a recruiter talking with me, and this was Sunday, like 9 p.m. And I thought, what a weird call. I'm a recruiter, I want to talk with you because I have something that you may be interested in. And after the interview, I had a job offer to come to Saudi, and my actual employers told me, and you have 48 hours to accept or reject the proposal. And I thought, this is too crazy, it's COVID. Anyway, I received the job offer, but I was comfortably installed in Singapore for 10 years, and I thought, I don't think I'm gonna just change my life under a Zoom call in 48 hours, and I end up saying, I'm sorry, I can't take this decision in 48 hours. 2 weeks later, I got a call again from Saudi. And they asked me, so, did you think about our proposal? And I thought, well, not exactly, but actually, through the 2 weeks, I started to research about Saudi. I start to research, I start to ask, I start to look for people living here. And 2 weeks later, when they did the second call, I actually already knew who were the people, what was the company. I had talked with other Portuguese people living in Saudi, and I knew it was actually an interesting job opportunity. And on the second call, I said yes. And I decided to move to Saudi, and I've been here for literally 3 years, almost 3 years now. And that's how it happened. And when I say yes, I moved, everything was very, very fast. Work environment was also very, very different. I came from a high-end club to another high-end club, but my previous team was a team of 10 people, and suddenly there was almost 40 of us, coaches and personal trainers, just on the fitness department. It was like three times more people in a fitness team. I was very, very focused on Pilates, like I am now, but Pilates was starting in the club, so it was starting everything from the beginning. First and second day, I think, were very kind of weird. I don't know if people noticed, but I was a kind of stepping back when they were approaching me. I spent 10 years in Southeast Asia. Asians have a very different way to communicate. They don't approach us, they don't look us in the eyes usually. So when I came to Saudi, the members were coming directly to me. Hello, hi, my name is whatever, and how are you? You are the new coach. Where are you coming from? I'm like, who are you? And my first approach was, what do you want? Because I spent 10 years in a cultural environment where people don't approach the other people in such an open way. So the first 2 days, I was actually stepping back, like, what's happening here? This people is weird. Like, oh, no, I'm just in a different environment. So the first impression I had from Saudi and from Saudi people is they are very welcoming, and they are very warm. And the thing I immediately realized, like, we actually have a lot in common, especially Portuguese, because literally half of our country was Arabic land before it was conquered by our first king. So part of our culture in the south of the country is very Arabic, and I used to say we have like a Arabic rib in a way, and we have similarities absolutely with the Middle East and with Southeast Asia. So for me, it was actually a very nice experience. So I felt much more at home culturally in Middle East, even in the first days, that I felt in the beginning in Southeast Asia, because we are more similar, of course. One very unique experience I had, and this is almost a kind of commonplace, probably, but it was my trip to Alula. Alula, I think it's a very good representation of what Saudi is doing with tourism. Everything is very well done and with high quality, and between friends, and especially between the Portuguese friends, I actually comment. We are in a place that we can have anything. We can have anything, we can buy anything, we can have the best of the world, we can have the most expensive of the world, but you are in Alula and you are drinking in your clay glasses, very well done, very well designed, but they are clay. They are connected with the roots of the people who used to live there, and you could buy any kind of super expensive glass from Lalique, glass, Murano, anything in the world, but no, it's clay, it's very well designed, it was very well present, but it's exactly the tradition and how people used to do it, and the way they used to actually use it. How my journey as a Pilates teacher started? Okay, it started in 2000, so 24 years ago. Again, I was managing a department in a fitness club for a British brand, one of the biggest British brands in the world. And my job by the time was group class manager. And one of my roles was going to the classes and actually assess the classes, assess not only the customer service but also the technical part. Pilates 24 years ago was nothing, was something that the dancers would do, but people actually didn't know exactly what they were doing. But the company I was working for was actually very innovative, and they brought a Pilates master trainer from London to train us in Portugal. I was the GX manager, as I said, and I thought, I think I'm going to do this training to understand what is Pilates think about. And so I went, and my first goal, it was actually try to understand what the method is about. So when I go to a Pilates class, I could actually assess not only the customer service, if the coach was at the door before the members arrive, if the coach knew the name of the members, all these things regarding customer service, but also the technical part of the class. And that's how it happened. I did the first MAT certification, and by the end, the trainers told me, you actually could teach, and said, no, I have too much things to do with the other stuff that I already teach, plus the management part and the timetable. Yeah, I can cover any class when it's needed, and other than that, I'm okay with this. And I stayed like that for a couple of years, and then suddenly I had to teach one more class and one more class and one more class, and I thought, okay, it's time to go deeper on this training. And then I end up being what we call a comprehensive Pilates teacher, which actually can teach any of the apparatus. And then Pilates became probably the 80% of my life at a certain point. And till today, it's a very important part. And with all the years of training, teaching, and studying, at this point now I'm already supporting and mentoring and training the new coaches. Social media is a thing. We have to admit it is a thing. Okay, probably not so much for my generation, but well, I believe that age is just a number. So I have a kind of strong presence in socialgram, in the gram and the social media. Not strong in the sense of like I don't have 1 million followers, of course, but strong in the sense of I try to deliver content that is actually useful for the people who follow me or who are interested in exercise and sustainable exercise. Exercise that they can sustain for the life, exercise they can do anywhere. So I have my social media account on Instagram, which is Movement by MF. MF stands for Margarida Ferrão, and it's called Movement because it's not only Pilates, it's all about restorative movement, it's all about Pilates, stretching, mobility, and everything that makes you functional better. And the goal is to actually educate people for movement. Because my strong belief is our body is a machine. We are the way we are because we actually evolve as species moving. The body craves for movement, and the modern lifestyle gives exactly the opposite information. So it's our duty to keep our bodies functional. And this is basically the message that I share in my Instagram. And also it's sustainable movement and non-aggressive movement. Okay, it's not go hard or go home, is go less and get more benefits. My experience with Formula One, I have to tell you that coming from Singapore, I had 10 years of experience of Formula One in Singapore. So it was kind of very fun and pleasant because it was remember the experience in Singapore because it's also a night race. It's also a city race. So there's lots of similarities. That was I think one of the most fun parts is like, oh, this is a kind of deja vu and very interesting in that sense. The other experience, it was like the huge crowds in the concerts. As Saudi is opening to the world, everyone is living everything with so much intensity. It's like people are really enjoying everything that Saudi is bringing to them, and this is very interesting to observe. So today, when we were at the Corniche, I did a little bit of self-practice. Okay, one important thing I wouldn't say it's only on Pilates. I'm a firm believer that we should do this basically for almost everything, but especially in Pilates. I think we should try in our bodies what we are asking the people to do. If we are talking about advanced movements, I don't believe that we have to do exactly what the dancers or the gymnastics can do, because we can't. Know how to teach, yes, but the basics I think we should experiment, because when we are asking a student to do something, we really need to understand how that feels in our own body. Most of the times our students are not so athletic or so in such a good physical condition as us, or they don't have so good body awareness. So it's important for us to feel what we are asking them to do, so we actually can measure how much we should ask for, the intensity. So I did a little bit of self-practice of Pilates mats, of exercises of Pilates mats. And then with my friend Olga, we did a few exercises that can be done to anyone as a general full body, well-round full body routine. For Olga was the necessary and the possible today, as she has an injury on one ankle, so we couldn't do standing exercises or exercises demanding foot strength or stability. So Pilates is actually a very good option to work around injuries and still be able to do a good workout. So in the gym, I'm a Pilates teacher, but I don't believe Pilates is the only thing should do. Pilates is the foundation of the movement. Pilates prepares you to move better. Pilates prepares you to perform better in the other things, but Pilates is just one part of your physical activities. I believe that we should work on strength, we should work on cardio, and we also should work out to have fun. Okay, what we did in the gym, what you saw in the gym, it's just a normal strength and condition session that can be done by any woman, any man, but special for women above 40. It's important to work with some weights and some loads to preserve our bone mass and our muscle mass. Okay, women are different from men. This is important for both genders, but much more important for women. So as a recommendation to my students, no one does only Pilates. Pilates is part of the routines, of the well-rounded physical routine, but strength training, and strength training can mean different things for different people. Just moving your body weight can be a good strength training for someone. For other people, you may have to pick up big loads, big weights, but this is important to maintain like balance, good bone mass, good levels of muscle mass. So in the gym we did a little bit of routine using the weights and the plates and our body weight. The balance between work and personal life, it's something that I never found so well balanced as I found in Saudi. Life is very stressful everywhere, but Saudi is still a country where you can balance your personal life with your work in a very balanced way, and